So thank you everybody for coming and welcome. Certainly on behalf of Dawn, Carol and David, we really appreciate you being here. I also recognise that today's speeches are going to be in broad Mancunian and also Geordie, so I've had a word with Matt to see if we can include some subtitles in the video for anyone who doesn't quite catch it first time round. But I think, father of the bride, massive occasion for me, but family's a real team effort. So, big shout out to the mother of the bride, because I couldn't do it without you. Today's about Steph and Marc. It's a special moment for everybody in the room, but one for me that I'll particularly remember. So where do we start? A traditional father of the bride speech. Well, okay, let's go to the beginning and see how we get on. So we were convinced we were absolutely getting a Stephen. There was no questions asked. We were 100% getting a Stephen. But what we got was a Stephanie. And I couldn't have been happier and I couldn't have been prouder. That moment when the midwife gave me Steph, you start to think about the journey that you're going to go on, the memories you're going to create, the times you're going to share. And you don't know what the journey brings and you're going to hold for you, but it's culminated today. And I couldn't be happier, I couldn't be prouder. For those who might not know, Steph was always a collector. She likes to collect bits and pieces, and the ladies in the room have got some rose quartz in the bag. I don't know if you've opened your little keepsake bag, but it's a piece of rose quartz, which is really appropriate because it's a symbol of love. But it's also a real connection to the young Steph because it was something that she was really fond of doing when she was a child. So there's a real emotional connection to that gift. It's not just a piece of stone, it really means something to her, and hopefully it will mean something to you and it's something you can keep. So I think it's a really nice touch. For every pan, there's a matching lid. And all I can say is that these two have found the perfect fit. They're absolutely made for each other. I just want you to know, Steph, that I might be speaking as father of the bride, but I'm certainly speaking as mum and dad of the bride. That we're very proud of you, we love you with all our hearts, and we're so glad that your day's gone really well for you. So.
You're gorgeous. Don't make your makeup run. You look amazing. I couldn't be happy for you.
People ask me, what do you think about Marc? What do you think about who Steph's marrying? And I give the same answer, and it's always, if there was a son-in-law shop and I could go in and pick, and I know just not speaking for myself, I'm certainly speaking for Don and I, we'd go in and pick Mark, we think the world of him. So, you know, that's absolutely goes without saying. He's such a lovely lad, and he's such a credit to Carol and David. Carol and David, you've done a fantastic job with this one. We do think the world of him, and welcoming both of you to our family. It means a lot to us, so thank you. We couldn't be happier. I hope you in the room couldn't be happier. And all that leaves me to do is to say, ladies and gentlemen, if you please raise your glasses to Steph and Mark, Mr. and Mrs. Williamson.
Right, firstly, for a man who cries at Britain's Got Talent, I think you're doing quite well there. So I'll try and keep this quick because I'm sure you're all hungry and thirsty. But firstly, on behalf of Steph and I, we just want to say thank you, really. It really isn't lost on us that we've asked a lot of people to travel the length and breadth of the country to be with us today. A Geordie and a Manc getting married in Wales is a little bit random. But thank you all so much for being here. It really, really means the world to us, so thank you all very much. I really can't believe this day is here. It's been a figment of our imagination for about 2 years. Now, on to my wife, Mrs. Williamson. Who's no doubt going to cringe at every word I say here. Firstly, I just want to say how beautiful you look today. You were worried about dress and everything, but you really do look beautiful. I've always known I'm punching above my weight. But today you've shown that and then some. I met Steph just over 8 years ago. I know it took my time to propose, I know. And my life just transformed in so many ways. Nearly 13 years ago I left Newcastle, I left the North East. And Newcastle was always my home. I love Manchester, that's where I moved to. But Newcastle was always my home. But then I met Steph, and everything changed, to be honest. Home was no longer a place. Home was just wherever Steph was. I met this woman who I just couldn't figure out. Someone who made me smile, made me laugh, made me angry, made me cry. But someone who just instantly became my best friend.
Ladies and gentlemen and little people, it's my great pleasure to request that you all be upstanding and show your appreciation. That means clap for the newly married Mr. and Mrs. Williamson.
I just don't think Steph realises how much I love her, how amazing she is, how much I admire her, and that admiration grows every single day. So I hope you'll come to learn to know how much I love you and how much I admire you.